One of the art exhibits at the 2014 Milwaukee Avenue Arts Festival drew visitors to the basement at 2775 North Milwaukee. The first thing you notice about Shadowlands as you descend the staircase is darkness. The next thing you notice is loud noise and bright flashes, as if the exhibit is still under construction.
This piece is called 204 Hits, Illuminating Exhausting, and it's essentially a performance and a sculpture and an installation, and here it's existing as, you know, the installation, with the basis kind of being that I'm making these sculptures that can only be made through the performance. The light is triggered by 2 audio-sensitive flashes, so every time I hit the pillar with the axe, the sound is what makes those flashes go off. But over the course of the performance, the batteries start to die in the flashes. So how frequently they flash and when exactly the flash happens starts to become more and more erratic until the end they just die altogether, which is also about the time that I become too exhausted to continue. There's also this, I think, a weird effect that happens because of the space is so echoey that sometimes the flash goes off, you know, every other hit, or sometimes it happens, you know, 10 seconds later, 5 seconds later, like when I'm mid-swing. This location was something that when it was shown to me, I was super pumped on, because it is very similar to the location that the performance was shot in. And I think, you know, as an installation, the environment is really crucial. And frequently when people walk into the space, you'll hear them talk about how it's scary, and you know, I think if I was just in a white cube, that wouldn't really happen. So I'm pretty excited about the space.
Jesse Devereaux, the co-curator of Shadowlands, explained to LoganSquare.TV that the space and the exhibit go hand in hand.
One of the spaces that we were offered is this basement space, and as soon as we came down here, I completely fell in love with it. It is such a gorgeous environment. It's so like heavily wrought. The details of the walls are really beautiful and tactile and painterly in a way. So the space preceded the concept. The first piece that we chose was actually the hand saw coiled into a loop that's held by one piece of twine. It's like amazingly dangerous piece of artwork. You're not often physically intimidated by a piece of artwork, but that one you genuinely are.
After the first piece was chosen, the rest of the exhibit came together very quickly.
Between MK and I, we have solid relationships with a lot of really amazing artists. We're really fortunate in that way in the city. And MK is really fantastic, and she brought in some really incredible pieces, including the Sarah and Joseph Belknap poured rubber moonskin piece, which they're actually working on a show for the MCA that's opening in September. So the fact we were able to get one of their pieces in the show is really outstanding.
Local artist Francesca Gabrielle debuted her work at Shadowlands with a piece she created for the exhibit.
This is Uh-Oh. This is a traditional circus font called Sophie. I always really loved the circus aesthetic and the carnival aesthetic, and I really was drawn to this one because I just loved how it just looked really scary. It just felt very 60s and very psychedelic and almost a little medieval. But yeah, I just thought it was so beautiful, and I don't feel like it's seen very often, so I just kind of wanted to give it some life. I've been teaching myself traditional sign painting. I've always been really into the American storefront, kind of like the mom and pop shop, and the hand-painted aesthetic that went behind it.
The Comfort Station curated the Shadowlands exhibit and also presents exhibits and entertainment at their location on the square. For Logan Square TV, this is Dan O'Donnell.